ongoing war in Gaza, even as he said Israel and the US were responsible for the attack that killed 90 people in Gaza on Saturday. Barbora Krejcikova resists a spirited comeback from Jasmine Paolini to win a maiden Wimbledon women's singles title. This is the Czech's second singles Grand Slam title overall.
Take a look at what happened.
Let's now take a look at what really unfolded in Pennsylvania. Loud bangs were heard at the rally. Footage showed Trump grimace and then raise a hand to his right ear before ducking. Secret Service agents covered the former president up and rushed him off stage soon after. Blood could be seen on his ear and face, and he was being whisked off stage. Trump raised his fist and yelled back to the crowd. In a statement, the Secret Service has said that Trump is safe and that measures for his protection have been implemented. Trump's spokesperson, Stephen Cheong, has also said that he is fine and he is being checked out at a local medical facility. The Secret Service has confirmed that the shooter was neutralized by them, but there is speculation on whether he died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound or was shot by someone else during the incident. An attendee was also killed during the incident. According to the Secret Service, one rally attendee is dead and 2 are critically injured. The Secret Service has also confirmed that the shooter was outside the venue. He fired multiple shots from an elevated position before he was killed by the agents. Multiple law enforcement officials have referred to the shooter as a sniper. According to law enforcement officials, the shooting is being probed as an attempted assassination. The rally was being held in Butler in the greater Pittsburgh region of Pennsylvania. The New York City Police Department has increased its deployment at Trump Tower and other sensitive locations around the city. The NYPD will also increase security at 40 Wall Street and City Hall. Trump Tower in Manhattan is already under the watch of the NYPD, even though Trump seldom visits his former residence. Well, now the incident came after a busy day of campaigning for both Trump and President Joe Biden. In an address from Delaware, Biden has condemned the shooting, saying there's no place in America for this kind of violence. Biden added that he's rather trying to get in touch with Trump, noting that the former president is with his doctors and appears to be doing well. Trump has said in a Truth Social statement that he knew immediately that something was wrong. He said he heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin. Trump said he was shot and hit by a bullet in the upper part of his right ear, adding that it is incredible that such an act can take place in our country. And well, for more on this, we're now being joined by John Blanc, who is the former foreign policy advisor to President Joe Biden. He's joining us live from Washington, D.C. Welcome to the show, Mr. Blanc. It's an unfortunate incident on a former U.S. president, Donald Trump. Latest coming in is, at this point of time, is that Trump has said that he is doing well and looking forward to the RNC. Talk to us about the impact of this incident on the Republican National Convention, which is all set to take place tomorrow.
Yes, this is an utterly shocking attack, and the condemnation has been clear and forthright straight across the political spectrum. Everyone on the Democratic side, from President Biden straight on down through all of the Democratic establishment, have completely wholeheartedly joined with all the Republicans in condemning this. So there really is no partisan divide whatsoever on this. Your question, though, about the political impact is a good one, because this definitely is the sort of thing that will have an impact on the election and may well actually serve to help Mr. Trump.
But Mr. Blanc, you are also the former foreign policy advisor to U.S. President Joe Biden. Do you think that under this situation where we witnessed an attack on a former U.S. president at a campaign rally, will the Biden administration come into play regarding surveillance? And also, how does this impact, this attack impact the gun laws in the United States of America, where we can see a person carrying a gun who is being called a sniper, targeting a former U.S. president from outside the campaign rally venue?
Yes. Well, this is an issue. I hope that this leads to a drastic change in U.S. gun laws, but let's be honest, it's very unlikely to. President Biden and the Democratic Party are very much behind making the type of weapon that is most useful for this. That is semi-automatic rifles, high-power rifles, perhaps even sniper rifles or similar weapons such as a Barrett 50 caliber, which can take out a target from over a mile away. These are the sorts of things that the Democratic Party is trying to ban, and it's the Republican Party and Donald Trump who have refused to go along with this. I wish I could say that this attack would change the position of Donald Trump and the Republicans on gun control, but I really don't think it will have any difference.
Right. Just to tell our viewers that the latest coming at this point of time is that the eyewitnesses have told the news agency at this point of time that they saw the gunman climbing up the building with rifle. Mr. Blanc, this just comes back to a very pertinent question regarding the security apparatus that was present there at the campaign rally in Pennsylvania, and what kind of security measures are provided by the security service to a former U.S. president.
Secret Service provides the same level of security for a former president as for a current president. That is completely on the basis of what they determine to be required to keep their target safe. And they are the best in the world at this, but it's mystifying exactly what could have gotten through in this case. The reports are that it was a shooter from about 400 yards away, an elevated position outside the venue. Now, that's the sort of thing that Secret Service is trained to scout out. I don't know why that appears to have fallen through the cracks.
Right, Mr. Blanc, I also want to seek your assessment on how the assassination attempt on Donald Trump, the last witness was in 2011 on Barack Obama, how this assassination attempt matters in the United States of America, especially when we are just a few months away from the U.S. presidential polls.
Well, we've already seen a lot of reaction online about this, with Republicans, particularly including one of the candidates for vice president, for Republican vice president nomination, trying to put this in partisan terms and to portray this as if this were something that had a partisan impact, which is absolutely false. President Biden and the Democrats have straight across the line made very clear they condemn this in absolute terms. I think that it's going to be very difficult, however, to keep politics from coming into this. This is the sort of thing that does stir up partisans on one side of the aisle, and it really almost doesn't matter that there is no truth to any claims that Democrats had anything to do with this, which of course they did not.
Right, Mr. Blanc, just to quote here, Biden has said his reaction to the assassination attempt. He says that there's no place for this kind of violence, and he's called the assassination attempt on Trump extremely heinous and sick. But thank you so much for joining us on the show with your insights, Mr. Blanc.
Thank you.
Well, Donald Trump's campaign has said that he is, and I'm quoting here, fine after he was whisked off the stage at Butler during a rally marred by gunshots. His campaign spokesperson, Stephen Cheong, thanked the law enforcement and the first responders on behalf of the former president. From concerns over Trump's safety to urging into speeding up the investigation, reactions are pouring in from various leaders and diplomats on the assassination attempt on former U.S. President Donald Trump. U.S. President Joe Biden, in a video statement from the White House, confirmed that Trump's safety. He also said that he will speak to his Republican contender shortly. Listen to this.
I have tried to get a hold of Donald. He's with his doctors. Apparently he's doing well. I plan on talking to them shortly, I hope, when I get back to the telephone. Look, there's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country. We cannot allow for this to be happening. We cannot be like this. We cannot condone this. And so I want to thank the Secret Service and all the agencies, including the state agencies, that have been engaged in making sure that people and we have more detail to come relative to other people maybe injured in the audience.
U.S. President Joe Biden took to his social media account on X to condemn the attack and thank the Secret Service. He also said, and I'm quoting here, "I'm grateful that he is safe and doing well. I'm praying for him and his family and for all those who were at the rally as we await further information." U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris has also reacted to the incident. She took to her X account to condemn the attack and called it an abhorrent act. She asserted that such violence should not be tolerated and expressed hope over Trump's speedy recovery. Donald Trump's daughter, Ivanka Trump, has thanked the people for love and prayers pouring in for her father after the shooting. She also thanked the Secret Service for taking decisive actions very promptly. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has condemned the Trump rally shooting on behalf of the entire Department of Defense. He has said that such violence has absolutely no place in any democracy. U.S. State of Secretary Antony Blinken has expressed shock over shooting in Donald Trump's rally. He added that he's grateful that Trump is safe. The spokesperson of the U.S. Secret Service, Anthony, confirmed that Donald Trump was evacuated to safety after the reported shooting. He also said that the investigation is ongoing and more information will be made available in time. Former U.S. President Barack Obama also took to his X, acknowledging and condemning the attack. He expressed grief over the violence, saying that there was no space for violence to be tolerated in the U.S. He said, and I'm quoting here, "We should all use this moment to recommit ourselves to civility and respect in our politics." Former U.S. President George W. Bush also condemned the attack. His office on his behalf posted, calling the attack a cowardly act. He also condemned the Secret Service for the speedy action in the face of the violence. Former U.S. President Bill Clinton has also reacted to the attack. He said that he is heartbroken for all those affected by the attack while expressing gratefulness over the quick response by the first responders. Billionaire Elon Musk also posted on X, where he said that he fully endorses the former president and was hoping for his speedy recovery. In yet another post, Musk also compared Donald Trump to Theodore Roosevelt, calling the former president, and I'm quoting here, strong candidate. Just yesterday, reports showing huge donations from Elon Musk for Trump's campaign had surfaced. While the amount was not immediately clear, the move was a U-turn from Musk's earlier statement that he will not indulge in any funding for any of the contestants. U.S. Senator Chuck Schumer mirrored the sentiments in his X post, saying that he was horrified by the incident. Schumer added that there was no place for any violence in the U.S. The former Speaker of House of Representatives, Nancy Pelosi, condemned the attack on the Republican frontrunner. She also hoped for the safety of the audience in attendance at the rally. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has also reacted to the violence. On his social media account on X, the leader said that, and I'm quoting, appalled by the incident, while extending his wishes to former President Donald Trump. He said that his thoughts are with all the victims of the attack. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni has also wished for the speedy recovery of Trump. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has also reacted to the Trump rally shooting, saying that violence is unacceptable. Well, the shootout of Donald Trump at a rally in Pennsylvania has raised many questions regarding security for presidential contestants. But the question is, what kind of security does Donald Trump have as a former U.S. president? According to law, the Secret Service is authorized to protect the president, vice president, president-elect and vice president-elect contestants. Immediate families of presidents, vice presidents and nominees will also receive protection. Apart from this, former presidents and their spouses are also given protection by the Secret Service. In addition, the Secret Service are also authorized to give protection to children of former presidents until the age of 16. Now, how long do former presidents receive protection under the Secret Service? According to Former Protections Act of 2012, a former president and his spouse will receive protection throughout their lifetime unless and until they decline protection. In the past, many U.S. presidents have been shot and even assassinated. However, there are no rules as to what happens when a president contestant is assassinated. Well, there are some standard operating procedures that are followed when a presidential contestant is dead. According to a report, if presidential primaries are yet to be held, then a particular party might have to postpone the events to allow a new set of contestants to step up. But if a contestant is already been chosen and is unable to run, then the party will have to select someone new. In other global news, Israeli demonstrators in Jerusalem condemned Saturday's deadly attacks on Gaza. The Israeli airstrike killed at least 71 Palestinians in a designated humanitarian zone in Gaza. Well, the health ministry in Gaza said that 90 people died in the Israeli camp strike, claimed that Israel claimed it had targeted Hamas's military chief Mohammed Deif in the strike. Israeli demonstrators said that the airstrike was an unfortunate event and urged for a ceasefire to stop the hostilities for the sake of human life on both the sides of the border.
I don't know about Mohammed Deif. I know that keeping the war is bad for all of us. It needs to be stopped and we need to bring the hostage back. I think Netanyahu, if he killed Mohammed Deif, so he has now his picture of victory. So bring them back now. That's it. Finish it.
Hamas said in a statement that Israeli claims that it had targeted leaders of the group were false and aimed at justifying the attack. The Israeli military said that the strike against Deif also targeted Rafa Salama, the commander of Hamas's Khan Yunis brigade, describing them as two of the masterminds of the October 7th attack that triggered the 9-month war in Gaza.